kind of a stupid thing to do. There's Gene pulling himself out with his winch. There go the castles. It's one way to park. That looks like the Gilbert Jeep, yeah, with a big bumper. A little bit of mud along that creek. There's Marv Selby. Jim Downing, I think that's Roger Walther riding with him. That's Cleo and Audrey riding with Marv Selby. There's Hot Rod Randy at the wheel. He's going to take off and be a Jeep driver someday. And there's Dale trying to do the same thing, scaring Randy half to death. Hang on, Randy. He'll throw you. Really isn't as fast as it looks. That's in super low 4 and it don't go very fast. Leveren's coming down that rocky hill. That looks like Marv coming down. That's Jim Downing coming down. That hill was a rough one. It had a lot of rocks in it. You hit a rock and throw you sideways real easy. That little camper was what Cleo and Audrey stayed in for several years. Everybody else still had tents. That's our Buick convertible down there. There's our Jeep. That looked like Don and Erica's dog, but I'm not sure they were there at this time. They might have been. They might have been just visitors that time or something. Off Gilbert. The rocky hill again, had a lot of bumps in it. wonder somebody didn't get hurt. At that time, roll bars weren't required, and nobody had roll bars hardly at all in the Jeep Club. I think now they all have them. I don't know whose Jeep that one is. That might be Marv's. Yeah, that's Marv's with a dented fender. Yeah, that's Marv. Now we're going across the river again to DeSoto, Wisconsin, where Jim Downing has some relatives. They let us run on their property a few times. We're exploring a creek that was pretty hot. This must be the July 4th. And we're looking for a swimming hole. Leverance always went swimming, but he never took his shoes off. Just cooling off between Jeep runs. Must have been Jim's uncle or something there making hay. Oh, he was cutting down the grass so we had a place to park and stuff, get rid of some of the mosquitoes. I think that's what it was. There's the parachute that we use for shade. Had a storm that night that blew that and everybody else away. Bob Gilbert. Dave Williams, he had a roll bar, and I think he has about the only one. That was a good running little Jeep with a little 327 Chevy in it, and really sounded pretty and run good. I think they're building a swimming hole there. They dammed up the stream so we could get a place that was a couple foot deep to lay around in to cool off. Otherwise, it was only about 6 inches deep and really couldn't get too wet. It's Cleo and Audrey, and there's Bob. Dave Williams. Looks like one of the boys riding with him. Jim Downing. I think the fellow's name's Hollingsworth from Eldora. That's Dave again. It's Randy riding with him. Bob Gilbert again. It's Jim trying to get out of a hole, looks like. It's Cleo and Audrey. That was I forget where he was. Roger Walther, I think. I think he was just visiting that time. That's our Jeep there. Yeah, that was Roger Walther walking back there, so he must have been visiting. Might have had his Jeep there, but I haven't seen it yet. He bought Bill Siglin's Wild Winder, and I don't know if he was just driving it this time or not. I think he was just visiting. Watch the gas tank. There's water in the gas. There's Dale. Yeah, this is where they're building the swimming hole, making a dam across there so they can get wet. There I am, getting wet. There's Randy. I'm trying to start the thing and throwing more water around it, so it's going to get wetter and wetter, and I think we had to pull him out.